With all the popularities of physical health and its associated components, such as nutrition and regular physical activity, we tend to forget that our mental health is just as important as our physical health. Because of this, many fail to achieve the ideal functioning of our physical being, since without the optimization of our mental faculties, the body would be inadequate. Mental health has three components: cognitive health, which is the ability to think clearly, learn effectively, and remember adequately; emotional health; and behavioral health. Today, we will discuss one of the most common mental health disorders that is experienced by millions of people worldwide. Please note that this video was created for educational purposes only and is not intended to substitute any professional diagnosis. Please do not use the information to self-diagnose. If you suspect that you may be suffering from depression, please seek help from a qualified mental health practitioner. And with that said, let's get started. Depression is a very sneaky mental disorder which is difficult to detect in its early stages. This is most likely because behavioral changes tend to be subtle and hard to notice. So, how will you be able to tell if you're depressed or just emotional? Here are 5 signs that you may be depressed. Number 1, you isolate yourself. When you're depressed, you may feel angry, empty, guilty, hopeless, sad, and in many cases, self-hatred. You often patronize and insult yourself constantly, never giving yourself even the slightest amount of credit or appreciation for a job well done, even if it's a small one. You may even experience frequent mood swings and may have many angry outbursts. Yes, anger is a normal reaction or way to express your negative feelings when you feel betrayed or hurt. However, when you accumulate all the emotional pain you've experienced during your lifetime, most of which have been bottled up for years, and then you encounter a circumstance that triggers those emotional flashbacks, this can increase your depression and create an excess inflow of negative emotions such as sadness and anger, which can evolve and manifest itself as impulsive outbursts of anguish and hatred. Because you may not know how to properly manage and cope with this depression, many people may tend to avoid you, and you in turn may become cynical and antisocial, even distancing yourself from people who may be trying to help you. Number 2, you ruminate about your problems. Rumination refers to the continuous replay of a situation in your mind. Rumination is a sneaky and silent issue because it often goes unnoticed and its impact is underestimated. It plays a big part in obsessive-compulsive thoughts and can cause you to become pessimistic when constantly thinking negative. Because you are always so focused on your problems, you will tend to see everything negatively, always anticipating that something will go wrong eventually. You catastrophize every situation, constantly looking for something bad to happen so that you can use it as evidence to prove how bad life is and reassure your pessimistic thinking. This makes it especially difficult to change. Number 3, you micromanage. Because of the constant negative thoughts caused by depression, you tend to micromanage everything in your life so that it could always go your way and that all the events in your life are familiar and comfortable for you, even if your comfort zone is depression. Because of this, you may develop an unhealthy perfectionism that can lead to unrealistic standards, causing you to become a people pleaser or trying for everything to be perfect for you. Number 4, evading your problems. Not everyone is brave enough to face their fears head on, but sooner or later, whether you confront your problems directly or not, you still have to face them. However, depressed people often lack the energy or enthusiasm to solve their problems. They often let their problems get so unmanageable that it stresses and angers them even more, carrying them further into depression. Number 5. You are attracted to depressive music. Music is a powerful, influential tool and can have a positive or negative effect depending on the type of music that is being heard. Sad music often carries you further into depression with its sorrowful vibrations that may fuel feelings of despair rather than distract you from it. These are just a few signs that can help you to detect depression. So, after hearing this, I'm sure you realize that you're probably not experiencing mood swings, but realize that you may suffer from depression. Do you relate to any of these signs? If so, then you may be wondering what you can do to overcome this depression. To fix anything at all, the first step is to identify what the problem is. Therefore, if you are depressed, the first steps towards fixing yourself is admitting that you're depressed and identifying the source of your depression. Ask yourself, is the source of your depression your school, your job, your family? Or is the source of your depression yourself, your life? If you can't identify the source of your depression, that's okay. Sometimes it seems as though everything in the world is depressing. However, if you truly want to overcome depression, it's imperative that you keep an open mind and be ready to change and see that there's more to life than what depression is making you feel. And if you want to experience this new perspective of life, you first need to overcome the depression. So, here are a few methods that can help you to get rid of depression. Number 1. Seek self-love in solitude, not self-hatred in isolation. Isolation is when we are avoided and where we unwantedly avoid interaction with people, consequently making a prison for ourselves. It is a place where we are in a constant state of loneliness, whereas solitude is an unoccupied place where we willingly seek to be alone so that we can disengage from the demands of others in order to create the mental space needed to focus on our inner thoughts, emotions, and actions. In solitude, we get the opportunity to self-reflect, challenge ourselves, discipline our thinking in order to gain a new perspective and become intimate with our mind in order to discover who we really are. So don't isolate yourself from the world just so that you can feel your depression, but instead take a moment from the world to find yourself and build the self-love that was missing while you were depressed. Number 2, do something you enjoy. Depression is something that makes you feel sad. So why don't you do something that's relaxing, energizing, and gives you joy? You can try something like yoga, painting, hiking, or even listening to empowering music. These activities can lift your mood and improve your energy. If that doesn't work, you can try the opposite. Do some high-intensity exercises or any other sports that gets your blood pumping and your sweat flowing. Because when you sweat, cortisol levels, your body's stress hormone, is reduced and your body produces endorphins, which can also help your body and mind relax. Number 3, spend time in nature. Research suggests that spending time in nature can have a powerful influence on depression. A simple thing such as exposure to sunlight can increase serotonin levels, which provide a temporary mood boost. If you live in a concrete jungle where not much nature is present, don't worry. A simple exercise such as starting a small vegetable garden or taking care of a few plants that interest you can reduce both psychological and physiological stress and can be quite therapeutic. Number 4, improve your diet. Sugar and processed foods can lead to inflammation throughout the brain and body and can contribute to depression. Eating a healthy, well-balanced diet will positively contribute to your mental health by boosting brain and cognitive health. Number 5, remember that tomorrow is an opportunity for change. Just because today went terribly or you weren't successful today, remember that you haven't lost tomorrow's opportunity to make a change. Accept that some days will go great while others will be bad. But always try to look forward, since tomorrow might be the chance to change your life. Are you depressed? If so, were these steps helpful for you? Let us know in the comments below. If you find this video useful, please be sure to like, subscribe and share these videos so that others can benefit from it. Thanks for watching.